Tonight's episode, What's That Sound? The top 3 family restaurants for first-timers, news of the week, and a very, very special guest, our dear friend, Jeff Sieh. This is After Hours, episode 75.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Oh, boy!
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hello. Good evening and welcome to the After Hours. This is the episode 75. I'm your host, Carlos Silva, talking with you all the way here from South Florida and talking with you from YouTube. I'm happy to be joined by my dear friend, Mr. Puddles, you know.
Oh, no, puddles. Puddles, sir?
Oh, watch out for puddles.
Collin Kendall.
Where'd you get that first video of Jason laying on that table? It's just a new one.
And talking about him, and let's bring our Mr. Magic.
Would you like to see another magic trick?
Magic.
What do the kids call it these days? Oh, magic.
It's magic. And magic.
Jason Canapp.
The guy's so small. He said, I'll crush his head. He's so small. It's so good to see you guys. I'm so happy to be here.
Buddies, let's talk
there.
Disney. Let's talk Disney. And after 2 weeks away, oh my gosh, and actually,
long?
yes, actually, you didn't notice?
Oh, it feels like a
You didn't miss us, clearly.
The flashes.
Okay, good. We're
See how it
yeah, hell of a good start.
Yeah, we're off to the races.
And actually, next week we're not gonna be able to present episode 76. We're just gonna do 2 weeks from now because actually Jason will be traveling to California.
He's abandoning us. It's
yeah,
cool.
and
We've gotten over it at this point.
And Collin cannot do without Jason. I cannot do without Collin, and so that's
It's like a house of cards around here.
yes.
House of cards.
But buddies,
It all
you know.
falls apart.
You know what it time is now? It's time for hello. Hello. Let me too loud. Are you guys aware who is who in where? So we need to take a look.
No, I'm going to take the YouTube ones because you're only getting mentioned if you're on YouTube by me tonight. It's gonna be
So who
shortlisted
is in the YouTube?
me, Carlos, Jody Rice, it's good to see you. Sarah Collins, it's good to see you over on YouTube as well. And Gustavo, it's great to see you as well in the right place.
Yeah. And
Well,
so-
all the wrong people. I love you too, and like Megan and Peter and Maggie's here and Louise, good to see you as well. Mark
You all look
Williams,
better on
Wendy
YouTube.
Stiger, Butch from Baltimore is here. Valerie Seidel is here. Jason we already said that. Cheryl's here. Sarah's in both places apparently. The music's getting louder. Diane's here. I think he's trying to drown me out. Debbie's
No,
here.
I don't
He's
blame
literally
him.
trying to drown me out. All the fun people are here tonight, in addition to our special guest.
yes, we do have a very, very special guest. And let me tell this song.
He's dead anymore. He's done.
This guy Zach Brown's here.
Yeah, Zach Brown is here. Wendy, Megan, who was else? Let me see here to the header. Maggie, thank you for Luis from Belo Horizonte. Yes, I know, but
Yeah, but he drowned you out like he was supposed to.
Totally drowned me out. It's like,
buddies, and
He's learned.
one thing we like to ask everybody, no matter where you're watching from, if you're watching from YouTube, if you're watching from Facebook, and I forgot to put the Twitch Twitch.
A shame.
Oh.
Shame. Our one person over
Yeah.
there. I'm sorry.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, no, don't
It's a
know.
thing.
But don't forget to give the thumbs up. Don't forget to share. Share is pretty important. Share. No, it is. We would like. We really love that you share our show. It is important for us, and thumbs up too. Buddies, now is the time.
Now is the best time.
This is the Be Our Guest segment, and today we're bringing a really good friend of ours. We first met him in the beginning of 2020 in San Diego in the social media marketing summit.
Indeed, we did.
Yes, and then we were lucky enough to meet him again 2 weeks ago in the Momentum with Lou Mongello. And we're talking about our good friend, Jeff Sieh. Is he right here?
I thought you were going to say my good friend, and then you forgot my name.
No.
That other guy, he's going to come on right now. You should never share the link publicly because people just walk in.
Let me just show Jeff to tell everyone. Jeff has one of our favorite podcasts, which is the Social Media News Live. You can listen to it Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, Overcast, podcast, and you also have all the social media connections there. And good to have you with us.
He's got a great beard too.
Yeah.
I didn't notice
I know
that.
you're not on Twitch. I can twerk. I don't know if you want that.
Might help.
now we have a Marvel video.
Everybody would leave. That would be. So it's good to be here. Thanks for inviting me. I had so much fun with you guys a couple weeks ago. So I'm excited to chat with you. So thanks for having me on.
It is funny because I brought the whole thing about the social media marketing word, and we had the dinner there. We had dinner. Actually, Lou invited us for dinner in Noble.
And then he split us all up.
Yeah, and we stood in the.
Come on, Lou.
People.
But what happened, Jeff? During the time that we were talking there, in the other end of the table, the other far end of the table was enjoying bottles of sake, and it was fun.
That was probably the most expensive meal I've spent on myself in a long time. I mean, I was like, that was above Disney expensive meal. It was like,
oh yeah,
and they would bring out hubcap size plates of sushi. It was amazing. It was awesome.
But it was a great night. Lisa was there. Lisa Dinoto Glassen was there. Eric Fisher was there. Eric Fisher was there. Oh, there was this guy Lou. I don't.
Yeah. Well, he just happened to be there.
Yeah,
we felt sorry.
I should have shared that picture. I have one picture
sure.
from that night. I have one picture from the night at the table that I should have shared. But
you know the picture that I do have from
I'm
that
scared
night.
of what picture that would be.
I'll send it. Well, at some point during the day, I'll send it to Carlos. He can determine whether it's safe to share or not. How about
Okay, okay, but what
good judgment?
One thing I was trying to find the picture from the night. The only thing I found is, remember that Lisa was trying to take a picture of a sushi plate or something like that.
Right.
No, it was a drink. It was a drink because she was recreating it from like the year or two before or something like that.
Yes, and I took the picture of the making of that picture. So there was nothing we could use. But Jeff, the whole thing is that, first of all, it was amazing to be with you in Momentum, and actually Momentum was amazing, was great. Jeff's presentation there was totally, for me, was groundbreaking because it helped me a lot. Is currently helping a lot. And we know that after that, you spent some lovely days enjoying Walt Disney World with your family.
Mm-hmm. We did. So that was where we went for our honeymoon, and I'd gone there when I was a kid. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun because I had never been to the Food and Wine Festival, and that was still going on at Epcot, and that was pretty amazing. I still can't. I'm not wearing pants because I can't fit into anything I have. So that's why we're not going to.
That's a common problem around here.
Yes. The pregnancy jeans I have work really well, especially around Thanksgiving.
But how often you visit Disney World?
Not as often as I would like to. But I was really, and I wish I would have. I was going to convert to an annual pass, and I didn't do it, and now they quit doing it. I saw
they stopped right at the end of the year.
Yeah,
just
like
through December so far.
Yeah. So, but I've always been fascinated with Disney. We went when I was a kid, and like I said, we went to our honeymoon. We took the kids there a couple times, but it was fun having adult, like we talked about the pre-show. It was fun having adult-age kids this time. Just you don't have to chase after them. They don't want to, And we did the after
they don't need
hours.
a leash.
Yeah, exactly. And I do now because I kind of just go
exactly.
But we also went to the after hours event because they spent 5 days in the park. I went 3 because two were at Momentum, and on the last day we went to Animal Kingdom all day, and we were so tired, and we went and we crashed hard for like 2 hours, and then got up and went to the after hours event, and it was amazing. It was so much fun with the decorations and the snow and the hot chocolate and the cookies and all that stuff. It was fun.
They really do it up nicely.
Yeah, I think I tell everybody, there is a lot of value in that event. I think, and it's I'm also always proud to say that After Hours is hosting an event there. So we're, but it is amazing.
If only, I mean,
it is amazing.
Price point might be cheaper.
Jason is here. I received your message, and I'll share it right now. I will share it right now.
Oh Lord!
I don't know.
That's crystal clear too.
That's about how I was seeing. I think at that point.
I don't know.
Evening. That was.
I don't know who's the other guy, Jason, but you look fine. You look fine.
A little blurry, but it's okay.
Tasty time.
But Jeff, one of the things that we wanted to do is actually to bring someone to the show, someone that is not typically from the Disney space, that only talk about Disney, because I think that first of all, it's good to have a different perspective, but sometimes we're starting to realize that we're such a picky space that everybody thinks needs so and it's good to have this refresh, because I'll give you an example, like the 2 weeks or 3. Actually, during the momentum, I went to Magic Kingdom and I watched the Enchantment for the first time, the show, and I was listening to the crowd reaction, to everybody cheering and happy and clapping and and then I started to remember that all the Disney space were falling so heavy in the shows, in the new shows. Everything needs to be so perfect. And I said, I think we're forgetting that there's a lot of people that actually enjoy it a lot, and probably the majority.
Well, yeah, they don't have may not even have a point of comparison. Some of them.
Yes.
Not Jeff per se, because he's been
it's
before,
so you've been to Epcot. You visit Hollywood Studios, the other park too.
Yeah. And
how was it?
Yeah. So my thing. So right before last year, I went to Social Media Marketing World. We had the stuff, the sushi thing, and then I flew right from California back to Florida and went to a podcast thing that we were speaking at, and it was fun because Eric and I, Lou was there too. Yeah, we saw Lou there.
Yeah, I say he went too. I think.
Yeah, and we got to we went one day because we wanted to go see Galaxy's Edge, and this was right before COVID shut everything down. So we got there right before everything.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to experience that with, these guys were in my mastermind. We had a blast, and they're Star Wars nerds, and so I got to do, Rise of Resistance. We got in the queue really early. We got to, the Falcon. I think Eric's got it. If you go to his personal page, he still got the picture I took of him flying the Falcon. And then when we had pictures taken, we're sitting at the table and all that stuff. But I really wanted to have my kids experience that, and they didn't get to, and they're like, we didn't know when. So I had built this whole time up in my mind that I can't wait to get them on. So we went Friday before Momentum, and I got my kids as they turned the corner and saw the Falcon there, and it was awesome. And I was so excited to share that with them because I had seen it before. I mean, things were different. Like, you couldn't really, Docking Bay 7 was, you have the mobile order and stuff. But for the most part, everything was kind of like I thought. And it was so much fun to share. My kids grew up with the Star Wars movies and the, because I was a nerd with it, and they grew up with it and they loved it.
Aren't we all?
We watched, and we watched even Rebels. We watched together, and I really enjoyed that. And so it was just really fun to see them and experience with them. And because my son's 22 and my daughter is 20, and so they're just you don't have to do anything except throw food at them every once in a while. And and
it's
so
true though. I mean,
it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I love Galaxy's Edge. We spent so I booked them just because I was planning everything. They went while I was at Momentum again, so because I knew they would want to do it again. But we spent pretty much the entire day in Galaxy's Edge. I think we rode some other things. I think we did Tower of Terror, but that was about it. So yeah.
Galaxy's Edge at night is truly incredible too.
Yeah,
it's transformed so much. Yeah,
and I even like the projection. I don't know what it's called that they do on the front of the Chinese theater.
Which we tend to overlook because it's kind of a piece together show at this point. But it's
got
really
Indiana Jones in it and all this. Guardians of the Galaxy. So my son and I are like, so it was fun. And another real quick aside, when we went to Epcot, and I know there's been a lot of controversy of they changed the fireworks stuff, and people don't like the new one and that kind of thing. But my son, and hopefully he's not watching, but he's got a real serious girlfriend, and the whole while we're waiting, you camp out and get your spot. He was talking to me about how he's talking to his girlfriend and he wants to get engaged, and Dad, when's the right time? How do you know for sure? And all this stuff. And so I had this. So no matter what, the Epcot fireworks for me is going to be this memory forever.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Of this,
Yes,
I don't. Who cares what? I thought they didn't do enough callbacks to my Disney. It was mostly new modern stuff, and I know that's a lot of people's issue. But for me, that one's going to be the special one because of this conversation.
That's the funny thing about Disney, though. It's the little simple moments tied to just the overall experience, not necessarily any particular show. It's an amazing thing that happens, but it's not related to Disney at all. But it's just reality of you're in the right place at the right time to create something different than you normally would on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I think that's what's special about Disney is that you actually spend time talking to each other.
Yeah.
You get the family together and plan a space. That's the pre-show for Harmonious, and you're standing there and you're waiting for it to happen, and you're going to talk to each other. It's like that kind of stuff actually makes a big difference, and you get those moments because then you got all the dopamine happening because of the day, the experience you've had, and the music that's playing, and the torches are lit. So there's.
Why don't you go with Carlos and he has 11 cameras set up next to you?
It's so hot here. Why is this? Oh, it's all the stuff.
It's because you have 6 tripods.
No. Not only that, I arrived 5 hours earlier, set it up, everything there. Okay.
And then special papers for the mule.
Yeah.
That he brings in.
And I was waiting for someone to show up just to have at least one restroom time, but it took a while. Jason showed up half an hour before.
I'm not surprised.
That's how I roll.
Everything's last minute.
Hey, if you ask that nice guy Zach Brown, will tell you that half an hour before a show. That's pretty
That's bold for
pretty good.
Jason.
It's like
10
But
minutes max.
I'm hearing here our audience, and there was a lot of everybody talking about Galaxy's Edge, and a lot of love to Olga's Cantina.
It's a cool place.
The good thing about Olga Cantinas, and I'm seeing much more people doing that, is that they're doing the ADR, the reservation for after the park closes.
That's the move.
Yes,
And they're doing it on the West
Colin will
Coast
tell you,
too now. It's cool.
How was that
Yeah,
experience?
That's the way to
Colin?
do it.
When we do you remember we were
We
so
didn't even do it
confused.
on purpose. I don't.
We were
think.
looking at our ADR. We said, wait, the park closes.
How is this possible? Yeah.
How do we have this ADR for this time?
Well,
And
even the
my
fireworks went off
goodness.
before we even got to the restaurant.
Oh, it was so good.
It was really neat. Yeah.
And then we had to
It
get
was empty
escorted
before
off.
we got
got
there,
escorted off world. Remember? They're like,
Literally.
we have to escort off world. Like,
It was
But
very
the-
hush hush too.
we have to do it because I only did once, and it was regular hours. We have to do it. We have to see when Jeff shows up again in Central Florida, and we take it to the August.
Yeah.
There's another thing there that for me is one of the best experiences in Galaxy's Edge. It is pricey, but it's worthwhile. Is the Savi's the Lightsaber Workshop? And
I've never done it.
I did it.
I haven't either.
I
I
did
had
it
an
with,
opportunity on opening day, and stupid me passed on it.
and I did it with Pedro, with my son, and we both shook up because it is mind blowing what they do in terms of illuminations and sounds and things. Oh, it is great.
Has it? Because we didn't do it because we heard it changed because of the COVID stuff. Has it changed the experience?
I don't know.
Actually, that's something that I wanted to know because I did it actually 2 months before COVID. So
I mean, imagine you wear a mask. You have to wear a mask indoors, but I don't know what else would have to change.
there's
Unless it
close
was like
contact.
them
There is close
touching,
contact
yeah.
because the people that are in the workshop that helps you.
Yeah,
to
but that doesn't. They don't. That's fine now. They don't do anything related.
Okay,
to that.
yeah, could be.
Yeah, could
Yeah,
be back
yeah.
to
I
normal.
mean, unless they put like plexiglass barriers up between the spots, but that's gone now.
that would
But there's-
stink.
I mean,
Just knock on.
I
your
kind of
neighbors.
liked it. I liked having a bear. I'm sorry, you know me. I don't. COVID sucks. It's a terrible thing, but I kind of liked my space,
Yeah, that was nice. It was.
and I kind of liked having a piece of plexiglass between me and the other person. I kinda,
Except the Grand
I kinda
Fiesta
like-
tour when it
and
gets
you know
smaller
what?
as
Live
you go down
streaming
the
hall.
from
Yeah.
a queue. Live streaming from a queue wasn't so awkward when you had 6 feet of space on either side of you.
And
Let's be honest, you don't find it awkward at all anymore. So
what I'm finding awkward, and I'm talking about live streaming, and probably Jason is experiencing that a lot, is that people are reacting now to your live stream when they're close to you different
yeah,
now.
we ran into that issue.
Oh, I see. You're having different experiences than I am. I have the interactions I have are people just who are deliberately getting in the shot and just having fun with it and making, they'll say hi and they'll wait. I had one guy the other day who was standing there waiting for me to recognize him, so then he would wave. like he didn't realize like the camera's on me.
It wasn't
right
Lou,
now. Like
was
he's-
it?
No, it's like,
Not this time.
Usually that happens, yeah. No, but with me, the interactions were not so friendly.
I will never forget that
Yeah.
night we did the race to Morocco.
Oh, yes,
Right
yes.
in the middle of the stream.
Yes. And there was the German lady that no, actually not a German lady.
she wasn't.
It was in the Germany.
I
pavilion.
was in Germany, and then and she, I want to be in the live show. So said, no, you won't.
Not today.
Not today. And Zach Brown was changing. But what they talking about? And so Jeff mentioned the Food and Wine Festival, which is for me the best festival in Epcot. But in terms of food, Jeff, any other thing that you've experienced there? Because we kind of like the food subject.
Yeah, so my daughter had done it was fun because she did all this research, and we have they give you that little booklet, and we checked off pretty much every land. We either ate or drank something from pretty much
That's
every
impressive.
place. It was very very impressive. But I think my favorite, and we had this discussion like what was our favorite thing, and so we went through a lot of the Disney food blog stuff, and my favorite was probably the maple sriracha glazed donut that had fried chicken in the middle of it. That was so good. I really enjoyed that.
I think
took a video of myself.
there may have been a picture of you eating that actually.
There probably was. Yeah, it was on my. Yeah, but that was really, really good. I was kind of bummed, and I tried to pull all the strings I knew. We were trying to get into Space 220, and I because we kind of did this kind of last minute, and we were going to do walk up, but I was like, why are we doing this? There's so much food here that why just so we canceled. We had another reservation somewhere else, and we just canceled that, and we just ate around the park, and it was a blast. I did go to we were in the Americas in that big. I kind of fell asleep, and I may have snored after having a flight. And the big presidential, not the Hall of Presidents, but the other big thing they have in, what is it called? The Americanas, where
the American Adventure.
Yeah, it was great. It was nice and cool, and I just probably slept.
It is a very comfortable.
It was,
seating area,
and it was. And we had just ate, and I was like, maybe
it's also very American. Like even if you're not getting the patriotic story, air conditioning and comfy chairs. It's kind of
you're gonna fall asleep.
Thing. He's like,
you're my age, you're lucky I didn't unbuckle my pants and stick.
He's back into it.
But I had some respect for America. Come on.
You can only order a drink while you're sitting there. That would be then it's
bring it around on a tray,
right?
Pass it through the crowd.
Yeah.
But food and wine. Well, you mentioned Space 220. I did not experience that yet, and I'm not even. And not even, every time that I try to look for the reservation thing, I cannot. It is, and the other thing is that's another place which is in a contemporary resort called a Steakhouse 71.
That here we go again.
And now that someone here already got there probably 2 or 3 or 4 times and never invited me to go because actually I already tried, but there's not even for breakfast, for lunch, for the. Nothing.
Jeff, if next time you're here, I'd love to take you to Steakhouse 71.
Yeah,
that'd be great. I'd love it.
Yeah.
See how it is.
Enjoy it.
And by the way, Jason, how was the China?
He's still here. Jason's still. Never mind.
Jason, how was the Saturday night with Marcos in the
Saturday at Takumite? It was so good. Oh, I should have sent you that video. Oh my goodness, walking back into the space again.
Did you cry?
Maybe I'll send it.
You cried? You cried?
It may have been the whiskey. It may have been
Marcos.
It was so good to be back in the space.
We have to explain, Jeff. Takumite is a brand new.
Well, it was brand new.
It was brand new, a brand new restaurant.
It was open for 9 months before it was shut down with the parks closing, and it hasn't opened yet. But they had a special event there. Half of the staff was back. Half the kitchen staff was back, and
it's kind of hidden.
But you know what? But you know what is the challenge there? Because that staff was 100%.
Well, not the kitchen staff. They weren't like Chef Tai is not Japanese.
Okay,
but his skills are.
Well, but all the servers were 100% Japanese.
Yes, and that's part of the problem. The staffing, it's getting.
And it's not even because Disney doesn't want to bring them. It's because there's no visas. No, they're not processing that. So
it's try MasterCard.
American Express. I've heard good things.
Okay, so Jeff, another thing is there's any other experience in terms of rides or things that you experienced in this time with Disney World?
Yes, I will tell you. I was very impressed. So when I went the first time and got to go to Galaxy's Edge the first time, I went the same day they had just opened on Hollywood Studios Mickey's Runaway Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
And
which was open for a total of 3 days.
Yeah.
Before
so it was like bonkers, and we didn't even try. We just hung out. So I was really excited to go in that, and I was really impressed. I thought it was fun. My kids liked it, and so we had a blast doing that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the new ride systems that they're doing, and I like, just like in the Frozen ride, how they're doing the projection on some of the animatronics with the faces. I think that's really, really cool from a storytelling angle. And then we also got to go, we did get in the virtual queue really early, and we got in Ratatouille.
Oh, really?
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I felt it was a little short for, I would have been really mad if I would have waited. Yeah, I know, but short as in time. But it was very cool. My kids were. I really like that too. Going underneath the stove and feeling the heat. I mean, it was really, really cool.
So here's my little trick on Ratatouille. Take your glasses off for everything except when you're in front of a screen. So take the glass, have the glasses off until you get to when the attraction starts. Have the glasses off, and when you get to the first screen, like the first little room where there's, then you put them back on. But that way, when you're especially the scene, I don't know the French term for it, but it's like the big refrigerated room thing. When you're going through there, the glasses, like you miss so much of the detail that's all around you having the 3D glasses on. If you pop them off, I just had a better experience the second time.
That's a good tip. I'll have to try that. Then I'll probably drop my glasses and I'll screw up the ride system, and then everyone will be mad. Yeah.
And well, a lot of love. A lot of people invite me for Steakhouse 71. I really appreciate it.
There you go.
Yes,
that's cool. Don't invite Collin. Let's see how it is.
And the other thing, when we were there before, none of the Pandora stuff was there when we had gone before. So we got to experience all that for the first time, and that was a lot of fun.
Did you see it at night?
Yes, we saw. We didn't stay too late because that was right before we were gonna have to do the after hours was coming. So we went and saw it, and I went through it because I knew it looked really cool. So that was a little bit, but we got to ride the Flights of Passage twice. Like we did it.
Nice.
Right in the morning.
That's a good day.
And then I used the Disney Genie and bought it for my wife.
Yeah,
loved it,
you did. You did.
She was like, "Do it again," and so we went, and that was what we did. And then. And the river journey was fun. The thing, I don't know if we want to talk about it, but the Genie system, the Genie Plus thing.
Well, hold your thoughts.
Okay.
I mean,
I gotta ask though,
because Collin, wait, Carl, you want to talk? You do want to talk about it, right, Carlos?
Yes, we're gonna talk about Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff is going to. Jeff is going to be with us.
We're gonna start with Jeff. We're gonna start with Jeff
in the news.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No. There's a little bit. There's a little
question though. Did you see Kite Tails?
A little bit. We did. We didn't watch the full show, but we watched it as we walked by a little bit. It was cool.
It's fun.
I've heard so many mixed things.
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. I like the music. I love the music. I love the pre-show music. I think the pre-Kite Tails music is worth going just to hear that. You got to show up like 30 minutes before the show, but listen to that pre-show music. It's so good. It's like really, really, really good. You hear Mary Poppins music in like this African theme. It's really, really good. It's a lot of fun. And then you see kites crash, which is fun too.
We did see kites crash, so that was, I guess, the highlight of it.
But it
was
crash,
cool, but it wasn't enough.
Still makes you laugh.
Yeah, somebody told me to see it, and I kind of ignored it. And
what I loved is the audience reactions when the kites crash. They go, yeah, it's like a huge commotion. It's like you score a goal. It is and I think it's fun. It's cute. I think is the best way to cute. Yeah. Okay, buddies. Well, so this was our BL guest segment, and guess what? The guest will stay for longer.
Yes.
Okay. I can't get out. They locked the door.
He's bolted to the chairs.
I don't have any pants, so I can't get up. They'd be.
They can't walk away.
So let me ask you guys. Now is the time.
Now's the time.
So we're gonna have our news of the week, and there's several important news and some things that I like to share here. Some things that even Jason and Collin and Jeff are not aware of. But the first thing I have to start is that we do have brand new, breaking news. Breaking news. It broke something around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. I think. I was trying to do it as a surprise, but I realized that Collin, Jason, and Jeff already were aware of that. But I'll bring it anyway because it's amazing news. Look at that.
Welcome back to the Magic Kingdom courtesy tram, everyone. Pull the door handle down and slide all the way over. Driver, you're clear to the Transportation and Ticket Center.
They're back. Actually, they'll be back.
I was going to say that.
They'll be back soon. They'll be back soon. But they're back. They're back. It's good.
West Coast too, which is important because Disneyland's parking lot's crazy.
Yeah, they were trying to see. Oh, it's working. It's working.
Look, it does turnover still.
Yeah, it's turnover. They replaced a lot of batteries there.
The horn works.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine? Yeah.
But it's good. It's good. It's good to have the trams back. There are many. And I think the good thing is good because hiring the people for the trams there was some kind of a challenge there, and it was good, and they solved it. So more cast members joining the force. That's good. It's always good. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let me take it. Yes, it's better. And the other piece of news that I have to bring is amazing news from yesterday. Susan Arnold, she's the new chairman of the board. She was already serving Disney board of directors for 14 years. Mm-hmm. She used to work with the Carlyle Group, with McDonald's, with there was another thing. Oh, cannot remember. I know Carlyle Group and McDonald's. She's actually
P&G.
P&G, yes, P&G.
Yeah.
She is in the board of directors of McDonald's too. And one of the things that surprised us is that a tradition or something that it was usually the CEO was the chairman of the board in Disney for a while. It started with Eisner and then with Iger, but now things change. Well, actually, Jason had a point yesterday. It already.
You're going to share that out loud?
No. It already changed. It already changed when Iger.
Oh, right.
When Iger
right,
decided.
So when Iger stepped. Right. When Iger. When Chapek was appointed, whatever you want to call it, CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Iger stayed on as chairman of the board. Right. So the bigger change here, the bigger thing is that Chapek didn't get. It's not just that she's the new chairman of the board. Is that Chapek was not asked to be chairman of the board.
Yep.
He wasn't. I mean, that's an election that happens at the board of directors, and that's. I mean,
it's interesting.
As I pointed out to Carlos, the biggest thing there is that when the board goes into executive session, when they say like, okay, Mr. Chapek, you can leave the room. Because they have board business to do. Because he ultimately reports to the board. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
So can I ask a question?
Yep.
Sure.
So I want to know what you guys, because I don't know. I'm kind of outside of this. It's not you guys are in. Like, what is your favorite like Disney president or like Eisner? Or,
Walt.
Other than him.
I'll take Walt.
Who would be the best and who would be the worst? Because I want to know. Because I see all this stuff through the boards and what people gripe about and all this stuff. So, do you have a favorite?
I actually didn't. I think Eisner had a worse reputation, but I actually didn't mind Eisner. I liked him better than Iger.
You were 4 years old.
I was very young. Yeah.
I remember. So
but I read the book.
He was my. Eisner was the one I remember from all the shows.
Yeah.
Jeff, I would like to say, I liked Eisner. The way that he laughed wasn't that good.
Well, considering you're the only person that's met Eisner, so.
But I have to say the same thing for Iger. I like Iger, but the way that he laughed was not good too, because he laughed and gave us
Nobody likes him.
No, not really.
You know one thing, and to trying to be as fair as possible. The guy jumped in the worst time ever.
He did get dealt a bad hand.
And one thing we need to remember.
Is he still playing that hand?
Well, he's kind of created another one.
How long is this hand exactly?
But you know one thing.
A big one.
This is a guy that was already working for 30 plus years in the company, so he knows he is from as far as everybody says he's a huge Disney fan. So
and he did come from Parks and Resorts.
Yeah,
which is kind of surprising. So
let's see. You know, when people complain about what he's doing to the parks, I have just to remember that the decisions about things that are happening in the parks came already from long time ago.
I was waiting for it. I think the biggest, like you know, whether somebody was a success or a failure is largely determined well after they are gone, right? So, I think it's too soon to say whether he's going to be seen as a great success or not. I mean, I have my opinion. You guys know what it is. But I think that the biggest strategic error that they've made is in using the COVID situation, using the shutdown as a reason to make rapid changes and changes that maybe are going to benefit the company and maybe even benefit the experience in the long term. But
changes that affected
but
people's
it's happening
pockets too.
It's happening so fast. And at a time when everybody's so sensitive and we were just desperate to get back, right? And we just wanted to get back to the way it was, right? And I know nothing is ever the way it was, right? Everything changes, but it's so much changed so quickly during a very sensitive time, and it feels a little like not just that you're having something stolen away in terms of like what used to be and once was and what you could do and all those things. Just like the trams. We're celebrating the return of trams, people. We're celebrating the return of trams.
Yeah. We're celebrating the returns of beignets.
Why? This is crazy. Like, and I think in the long term, I don't know how he'll be viewed, but right now it just feels like it's just another thing. Like the pass holder, like you can't buy a pass, an annual pass right now.
For the next 2 weeks,
like,
3 weeks, yeah.
Like, just let us give you our money. Come on.
Well, and the thing is, I think for most people, the biggest thing is that there were so many years that Disney did take into account, like, how the guest would feel about some stuff. And right now, it kind of feels, even if they are, and I'm sure they are in a corporate sense, they don't have that same persona of, hey, the guest is the first thing. The guest is amazing. This is what we want to encourage them to be back. It's just a little different, like, 20,000-foot view. They're putting things together and then just kind of tossing it out there and seeing what sticks. And I think that's where they lose a lot of people. Or
just be more transparent.
People
about
are still showing up too.
I would like to know, like if you're doing this thing because you're like, just tell us what it is. Like, why are you making the change? That kind of thing. Anyway, I digress. But we have exciting stuff to talk about.
Yeah, but there's another thing.
I'm glad you did.
That's another thing I had to add, because there's another job change or position that we have to announce. It is Barbara Busa. She's Busa.
Oh gosh, I can't believe you're bringing this up.
Why not? She's
very controversial.
No, she's the head of Imagineering now. Imagineering. She's going to be actually heading the whole change and move to Lake Nona, to the Imagineering campus.
I know.
And
so well received.
And she joined the company in a little more than a year ago.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Can I do that next? I mean,
sorry, Jeff.
I saw that too, because I was like, I have no problem, but I was like, she just got there. And that's strange. I mean,
and
I read all the comments, and I'm like, she's an architect, and they like her buildings aren't that great,
And she worked for them. The other thing is this. I mean, like, Disney is usually pretty famous, at least when it comes to internal promotions, right? They usually do, and when they do, they also tend to reward people who have who have had lots of tours of duty and lots of different things. And so they want somebody who has a lot of cross-pollination. They want somebody who hasn't, you want somebody who's running Imagineering to not have been an Imagineer their entire career. Like that's actually
you
an
want
important
them to have
thing.
worked on Main Street at some
Well,
point.
not just because you want.
realistically.
Well, not just because you want them to have business acumen and good management experience, but you also want politically, like, it's good for Imagineering to have somebody who has had successes in lots of different parts of the company, because now they know how to get things done. They know how to influence people. They know how to make stuff happen. That's important to have at the top of Imagineering. To bring somebody in who not just has only been at Disney for a year or two, but who previously spent 18 years, almost 2 decades at the same company, with an architectural firm.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird to me. And she could be
amazing,
the most brilliant person. Yeah. Right. It's just weird. It's not. It's weird.
It's weird
based
for
on
Disney.
how they usually.
It's
do
risky.
it.
It's risky. It's risky. It's risky. Yeah.
But I don't want to judge her. I don't know her. But it's just.
Yeah. The only thing I could think of is, like, maybe she's really, really good at managing creative people.
Yep.
Maybe she's like one of the guys who.
Architects are some funny people. Like they no offense to any architects out there, but you're a little difficult.
I almost did that.
And Jeff, to your point, to your question before regarding the best CEOs, we have to remember that the two guys before Chapek were guys from the creative side. They were from studios, and that's my main concern with him. He's a typical corporate executive guy, and I'm not saying that he's good or bad, but that's my concern. And actually, the challenge that I see for him is not actually with the parks and with the resorts, and it is with the creative part and Imagineering in the studios and everything. So that's my concern. That's probably the biggest challenge for him, and let's see what's going to happen. The whole move to Lake Nona is controversial. But sometimes that creativity under stress could be also good. Let's see.
Yeah,
let's see what's going to be.
It forces some
So
things.
I see Megan said she's almost done with the Bob Iger book, and I read it too, and I also did his master class. And for all his people
I've
who don't like
that.
him, the IPs he got. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's impressive.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's the deal man.
Iger. I think Iger hit. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I think Iger is in terms of getting deals done and in terms of being able to build bridges and leverage relationships. I think he's the most effective CEO Disney's had since Walt.
Just look at Pixar alone.
In terms of building bridges and coalitions and getting other people to do like that. I mean, Walt somehow got people to spend their own money after he built the bridge. Somehow he was like, I'm going to build a bridge, but you're going to pay for it, and we'll name the bridge after you, but you're going to it's going to be you're building the bridge, right? Somehow he made that work. Iger came, he basically said, thanks for all the money, Walt. We're going to build a whole bunch of bridges with the money, but he still got it done, and he took a relationship with Steve Jobs and resurrected it.
Yeah,
it was just
he was a deal maker, yeah.
But not just a deal maker. I mean, there's deal makers, but he's a relationship mender. Like his skills and the relationship on the relationship side of the business are, I think, a big genius. I think this like Iger has genius level skills when it comes to people, and it was and he needed to be like he was the perfect person for that point in time, what Disney was going through at that point in time. But anyway,
I think it was Carlos and I were just discussing the other night. He retired at 72, which a lot of people don't realize when you look at Iger. It's like he was around for a long time.
He's not retired. You think he's retiring?
Retired from Disney. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Plus the guy's in better shape than
he'll run
I've
for
ever
office,
been.
I bet.
Yeah.
Plus the guy's in better. I mean, come on, that guy.
And he wears
It
white.
really is amazing.
He wears white pants. Oh my God.
At 70.
You know how much stuff I would sit in an hour?
Yeah, I know.
Buddies, let me move ahead with the other piece of news, and actually we're going to bring just perspective. I want to talk about a little bit about Genie Plus and Lightning Lanes, because during this weekend we had a huge crowd in the parks, and there was a lot of talk, and in particular the
People weren't happy. Let's put it that way.
I was, the usual suspects was
that's fair.
And in the space we're saying the system was collapsing. And I will have to say, rephrasing that is that, well, I think probably the experience was not good, and Disney have to correct that.
The experience was collapsing.
Yeah, the experience was collapsed. But what happened is that everybody was buying Genie.
Yeah, it was successful by all intents and purposes.
And that's literally what it was. It was a victim of its own success, is what happened.
Yes, everybody was being. So they're trying to buy to have a lightning lane pass or time for, and it was gone because everybody bought it.
An hour after the park opened. Yeah.
The thing is this, the thing that if Walt saw this, right? If Walt's immediate reaction would be, we need to build another park.
Yeah.
There's too much demand. There's too many. We just need another park. That would be his. He would say, what are you doing with all this land?
Spread them out. Yeah.
I bought all this land. We spent so much trouble we went through to buy all this land. Like, let's build another park. Spread these people out. Give them some more money. Give them something else to spend
capacity
money on.
the old-fashioned way. Yeah.
If they want to spend the money, let them spend the money on something. Yeah.
But Jeff,
Genie Plus has been great for me. Jeff, you said you bought some stuff.
So
you bought
So this is, and we went right, like when we did it, it was like we were still in not the busy time. Like when Lou's event was, it was still
the
right
sweet
before
spot.
It ramped up. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, cool. So and we bought Genie. I didn't do it with the package with the when we bought the tickets. I bought them every day in the morning. I bought because one, my kids were going out with my wife who would have gotten lost. So I mean, she just would. It just was a good idea. And so I did it, and I was one. So we were staying at the same place we were at for the Momentum, which was the Lake Buena Vista. And for all the intents and purposes, I was supposed to be able to buy those those two rides that they have for each park that you can pay for early. Because I wanted to buy Rise of Resistance to make sure we would get it. I was like, that's what I'm going to do. It never let me do it, ever. And I would message because you could message the cast members in the app, and I would do it, and nobody would answer. And then I would go through the park, and I'd come back, and they said, "Oh, since you weren't answering, we're going to close the conversation." And I'm like, "What?
You never answer."
And I'm like, "Why isn't this working?" And finally, at the very last day of this, 7 days we were there, they said, "Oh, Lake Buena Vista doesn't let you do that. Staying there, you can't buy You can't buy it. You can get in everything else 30 minutes early and all that stuff, but you are not allowed because you're not in the Contemporary or the Polynesian to buy them before the park opens. Or what?
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, I didn't either because it's not anywhere. It's not.
Yeah, it's not really publicized.
No, and so it was just. I was like, this is frustrating. And the same thing, even in this heavy times, I would get there. And we would do the lightning lane, and then the only thing that'd be open would be something way out in the, at 3 o'clock, and like it's 7. Yeah. It's 7 in the morning, and I'm like, that's the first lightning lane we get to do. Anyway, the only one it worked well with was the last day when we got to buy Flights of Passage, and I think I bought Frozen one day because we were like, I just like screw it, is this gonna work? And it worked, but it just wasn't. The kids were able to use it, and it was fine, but it was just not where it needed to be, and it was really frustrating. And I'm a pretty techie guy. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's just a poor interface. It just really isn't. Like,
Disney
where do you
and tech's
go?
Not always their strong point.
Yeah, I mean, but it was just like, it just wasn't. I
was
was
interesting to
frustrated
hear
with
though, because that was even before. So you can imagine what it was like with 3 times or 4 times the crowds.
It wouldn't surprise me that everyone was mad.
My opinion is that it probably depend on the park. You not even want to use it. So it's for me, it's not an app that you're gonna use or a tool that you're gonna use in Disney's Animal Kingdom or in even Epcot. So the Genie Plus could be a idea if you spend the whole day in Magic Kingdom and the whole day in Disney Hollywood Studios, but if not, go with the flow. And at least what we're seeing is that the lines, the usual, the normal lines are better than they used to be with Fast Pass, at least up to now. Let's see what's going to do. So it seems that they're not using as much of the capacity as Fast Pass was using before. So at least
I'll be curious to see what they do at Christmas, because they know that's going to be a big week. Christmas and the week after Christmas.
Well, I hear
maybe
that
even worse than Thanksgiving.
In the week, in lead up to Christmas, that's a great time to do a lot of construction at popular resorts.
Usually.
Now for us, buying the genie for the days we were there. So what our plan modified into is like the ones we wanted to, like Rise of the Resistance. We got in, we did it kind of rope drop and went in, got in line, and in 30 minutes we were on the ride, which was nice. And then we would do the lightning lane, and those did really well when you could figure out the schedule and like, okay, we're gonna eat lunch because we've got 3 hours before our next lightning lane comes up. When you got in those, for us, we flew through stuff. But some of the time, you're right, Carlos. Like, our kids got right off Expedition Everest, and we did it all again because there wasn't any. It was just fast.
It was just fast, yes. Yeah. So I actually, because another thing that the experts in this space need to remember, our experience is usually totally different from those ones that are going for the first time, or they're not often here in the parks. So it's
once a year instead of once a month.
So it's totally different. So and in my case,
and I will I argue some too that that some of the experience is in the queue. I mean, it's just I missed some of the stuff, like when I remember waiting for, I can't remember what it was, something in Galaxy's Edge that I'm like, we didn't have to, and I'm like, oh, I remember that was kind of cool last time when we had to wait and we talked about it and looked at it and stuff. So there is some of that you miss too.
There's some queues that are fine. There's some queues that are fine. Flight of Passage. Right. You missed that laboratory scene completely. Which a friend of the show, Greg Dykes, and I did this. We were in Animal Kingdom together, and we ended up purchasing the Lightning Lane for Flight of Passage, and it was a dream from a
fly
queue
through
standpoint. I mean, like, it was beautiful, but I mean, you do feel like kind of the rock star coming through the back entrance, but you also like you do on the private tours. I mean, if you do one of those private tours, VIP tours, one
I've
downside
done that with that
to
attraction. It's very different.
You miss a lot of the queue, and almost all of the queue, and so
and some pre-shows, like when we did the Animal Kingdom, and somebody wanted to do Dinosaur. They walk you right onto the attraction, so it doesn't make any sense. If you've not ridden it before, you don't know any of the backstory. So you don't have the pre-show. Yeah,
that would be almost like missing the Tower of Terror pre-show, right? Like
it was kind of along those lines, and
Oh, Tower, I love that attraction.
Yeah, sure you did. Well, you're screaming from here.
Still my favorite. Still my favorite.
Let's move on. We do have another piece of news that probably Jason and Collin and Jeff are not aware. The super zoom magic shots are not only now for the magic in there. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about this. But now you have in the other 3 parks. Look this.
So we actually have one of the Galaxy's Edge one. I should have given it to you, Carlos.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. I just don't get it.
The funny thing, Jason, is that they don't show is there's some idiot who won't stand behind the line, and so he's in our shot. So we have a great thing of the Millennium Falcon with this guy like eating a Mickey bar.
You know what happened,
Jason?
When I finally did it, when I finally did it for the first time, and then the image you just zoom out, I said, "Oh
You
my
look in the other
god!
direction?
Oh my gosh, no! I got so depressed. I look so fat. No. It was.
Look how big.
I deleted. I don't want to see that again. Let's see it again.
So
This angle doesn't
this
do
is
wonders
something
for me.
that I noticed was that the lines for stinking the photo pass things are just almost as line as like waiting for Rise of Resistance.
Yeah.
I don't remember that from before. I don't know if it's because
That's gotten
there's nothing else
worse
to do.
over the years.
There's no character meets right now, and so everyone's getting their picture taken. But I was like, we're not doing that. So
I'm not waiting 20 minutes to get my picture taken with nothing. It shows up later.
right, with some dude in the background eating a cookie bar.
But yes, go, buddy.
Well, I was wondering whether we had more news or not.
No, we don't have more news. We do, we do have actually, just to bring out that the news of the week this week were brought to you by Jason Canapp.
Oh, well, look at that. I swear I wasn't trying to move us along for that reason. Well, thank you very much. I'm excited, and I'll try to be quick. Shut up, Colin. Here with the magic, all about celebrating quiet moments of joy and bringing you to your special places. Okay, we got 3 things to talk about. Number 1, whatever Carlos puts up first. Number 1. Okay, tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, it's the final lunch break in Epcot this year. So please join me, 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, here with MagicLive.com. We're going to be taking a little walk around World Showcase to enjoy the festivities, the Christmas festivities there in World Showcase. Maybe we'll catch a storyteller or two. And also, Soundscapes this week. Last week was Christmas at Wilderness Lodge. This week, Christmas in Hollywood Studios. Of course, as all the Soundscape podcast episodes recorded in 3D binaural audio. It's a lot of fun. I'm not going to tell you where next week is.
Binocular audio?
Oh, brother, there's always that guy. Head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast these days. Search it up. Soundscapes by Here with Magic. And then finally, maybe most importantly, hold on to your hats. Drop yourselves in.
Who is that?
You are invited.
Who is that guy next to Kristen?
Oh, boy. We are going to have a good time beginning December 12th. 12 days of Christmas starts. Every single day, you're not going to be able to get rid of me. Every day.
We've tried.
Yeah.
From December 12th until December 23rd, there will be, of course, 12 shows. There will also be 4 additional shows exclusively available for Here with the Magic Cafe members. Super excited about this. There's only like 3 people in the world who know all the locations. But let me just tell you this. We're going to be covering just about 8,500 miles during those 12 days to bring you guys.
Oh, there is a fourth. There's a fourth one that need to know in order to make the video teaser. I need
he
that.
He says that. No, yeah. He does. He doesn't need it. I don't think he needs to know.
Okay. So let me.
There's people who knows pieces. There's some people who know pieces. Like there's one person. I'm not gonna say name. There's one person who knows like this location because they're involved in helping with. There's a person who knows this, but no other. Only like 3 people know all the entire thing. You know, it's important to break the keys up.
Okay.
It's like the Horcruxes. Oh, sorry, that was off-brand.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I regret it already.
Okay, buddies, now is the time.
Jeff, it's your turn.
What am I supposed to do?
now is the best time.
Now is the best time.
Now, sorry. Now is the time. Now is the best time for our top 3. The topic tonight, as mentioned before, is top 3 family dining locations for first-time Disney visitors. Oh my gosh, I need water now.
Wait.
Yes. What?
I just noticed something.
What?
I know you don't want to draw attention to Facebook, but there are these little marks next to people's names, and I pushed the little button, and it says there was a Facebook badge, and they have a little anniversary follower symbol. So there's people who have like little anniversary follower symbols next to their names, which is kind of, I've never seen that before.
Or you're going crazy, which just
no, I see.
Maybe you should have them on the show, and they know what to say. That's right.
So the topic again, it is top 3 family dining location for the first time Disney visitors. We're gonna do it different, and actually, Jeff was going to be kind of the judge or help us to pick it up. But the idea is that instead of going Carlos, Collin, Jason for the third, the second, and the first pick, each one of us would throw out the 3 options, and we're gonna discuss about that. Okay, that was Jason's idea. Did I explain it well, Jason?
Yeah, it was great.
Sure, I'm just laughing at Keith's comment.
What is it?
Nothing. It's okay.
One thing. One thing. Let's go to the. So let's start with Collin.
Okay, I don't know the order. I literally told you.
I will show.
Order you choose.
I was. No, there's no problem because I would show everything.
It's your order.
Yeah. So it's your first one was this one here.
Have it your way is what they would say at Burger King.
Well, it always ends up in a different order anyway. So here we go.
Brett.
Yeah. So mine was breakfast at Garden Grill, and this was actually going to be near the top of my list. But honestly, these aren't in any particular order, which is why I just had.
And then you have the other two.
Put it wherever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was breakfast at Garden Grill, Trails End, and then what? If I remember the last one, Whispering Canyon. Yeah. So I picked those 3 for a reason. Why is he laughing at me already?
Because
I'm not supposed to know the order. I never know the order. Yeah. So starting with the first one though, Garden Grill. If you've not done it, I put it on breakfast because breakfast is probably the better meal there. If I had to make a recommendation. If you're a first-time guest, especially if you're traveling with kids, it's neat to be in that environment. And one, it's a character meal, so that's a great thing for kids because you have Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, or adults if you're Jason. I hear him laughing. But it also rotates, which is kind of neat. You can't get that anywhere else. It's a fun meal. Everybody likes breakfast for the most part, unless you're Jason, you don't want to get up. But you also get to see the Living with the Land from the top, which as a kid fascinated me. As an adult, it still fascinates me. So that one was high on my list. And it's at Epcot. It's also one of the only character meals at Epcot. But that brings us to Trails End, which is not a character meal, as much as a lot of people think it should be or could be. It's not open at the moment, and it's full scale, I don't think, unless it's come back and I didn't know about it. Trails End is a very unique experience, but I put it on the list because it's a place you can go eat without having to do the entire hoop-de-doo musical review, but you also get to experience that food, and you get to experience Fort Wilderness, which a lot of people don't take the time to go over there. And if you're at Magic Kingdom, it's a quick boat ride away. You can explore that. Check out the dining location. It's a buffet, so everybody can find something there. It's barbecue, pulled pork, you've got ribs, fried chicken, all stuff that everybody, for the most part, almost anybody will eat. It's buffet. They have great desserts.
And I would like to say, because if you go right now, it's not actually the buffet. You ask for the orders, and everything is family order. Watch out, because it's a big portion.
If you're Carlos, you end up with 46 pieces of chicken.
And Jason knew that and kept quiet. And
he didn't realize his bill was awfully expensive.
And let's go to the last one on your list, buddy.
Yeah. So Whispering Canyon, and this one's a mixed bag for some people. I know some people love it, some people hate it, because they do kind of make fun of you during the meal or just have some lively jokes with you throughout the meal. It's loud. They might put you in jail. They might throw straws at you. They might just have a good time with you. You might end up on a stick.
It's like having lunch with Peter Mano. It's like having lunch with Peter Mano, pretty much.
That's true. It's probably true.
Jeff, have you ever tried one of these 3?
So I would put my vote for the Whispering Canyon Cafe, because we did eat there.
It's a lot of fun.
There before a couple times. It is a lot of fun, and I know it depends on who you get, but we had a blast, and it was good food, and it was really cool environment, and I liked it. And we didn't go this last time, but we were thinking about it because we had so much fun last time.
good.
Yeah, the thing is, it's a pretty simple menu. You can get the Canyon skillet. It's all you can eat, but you don't have to go anywhere. So that's a bonus.
Jason, let's go.
Yes.
Let me show the three of your three picks. Okay.
Okay.
Starting with this one here.
Big surprises. Sanaa, which actually was number 3. You're going in the right order. Yes, San Angelo, and I know it's a shocker. Shocker.
Yeah, and by that, it's not. I
Spoiler
hope you brought
alert.
the music, Carlos. Yeah, there it is. Now we're talking.
It's so good to have it back, yeah.
It's been too long. It's been too long.
And of course, in Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater,
I can't believe I
number
forgot
one
this
pick.
one.
Which and I do have. I don't know if am I allowed to throw my honorable mention in now? Or I'll wait till after.
Not yet.
No, you can do it. You can do it.
My honorable mention is Hoop-Dee-Doo review, because it's not open yet. It hasn't opened back up yet, but I think, look, I think this is probably, in terms of the bang for the buck and the classic Disney experience, I think Hoop-Dee-Doo review would be the number one on the list. Family friendly, a lot of fun, great show, wonderful. You get to spend the time in Fort Wilderness, and that as Collin was talking about how special that is. It's got to come back, and it's been so long since I've done it. There's so many things that I for sure took for granted that would just be open and available all the time. And I'm certainly not going to feel that way moving forward. Like these places, they need to be cherished. Hoop-Dee-Doo, I think, is a must-do for a first-time visitor if it's open. But going back, Sanaa, like I teetered back and forth about Sanaa because of the menu. They have Americanized the menu significantly, like the burger, for example, that's on the menu. It's.
But if you're a family, that's important.
If you're exactly, Colin's point is exactly right. I mean, I think that there's definitely food on the menu that is accessible. It is familiar. It won't scare people away. But there's also some really good. Like the bread service is just a fun thing to try. You can get kind of the normal meal, right? But get the bread service to kind of spice it up, literally and figuratively. Plus family friend. There happens. Oh look, there's a giraffe walking by the window. Like where else are you gonna eat? Even on Disney, right? Like where a real live giraffe or an antelope or an ostrich or something is gonna walk past outside. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of fun. The cast members are always a delight there, and great ambiance. So then also, look, I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again. Twist my arm. We'll talk about San Angelo. I still think, I don't care what anybody says, we went here, Michelle and Henry and my mom and I went here a few months ago, and I think we almost had the exact table, Collin, Carlos, that we had previously, sitting right there by the water side.
I can't believe you.
That's the move, by the way. That's the move. If you're going to San Angelo and you get a table, you have the ADR, you go there and you say, I want to wait for a table by the water.
Yeah.
Just tell them that. If they say, oh, it'll be an extra 15, 20 minutes, like, oh no, what will I do? I don't know. Maybe go ride the attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
or if you're us, as soon as you start the attraction, they call you for your table.
Or they'll call you right mid-attraction, right? Exactly. That's a surefire way to get them to call your table, is get on the attraction. Anyway, look, if you've been to Bayou Blues in Disneyland,
Blue Bayou.
I'm sorry, Blue Bayou.
Which this guy might have a reservation for that soon, but that's a story for another day.
It's sort of like that. It's sort of that. It's like Blue Bayou is sort of like that feeling. You're inside, but it's nighttime. You're waterside. But I like the food a lot better. It's very authentic, so you have to be prepared for that. If you're going if you're going looking for like Americanized Mexican, this is not the place for you. You're not going to find a chimichanga or something.
Now, granted, the fish tacos were good.
That's kind of Americanized. It's amazing food. The fish there, it's just so good. Okay, so there's that. The mole sauce is incredible, but it's authentic, so it's got a little bitterness to it. You have to be prepared for that, but it's amazing.
Guacamole was good too.
Oh, the guac's incredible. Gosh.
Jeff,
I want to
serve
go.
it
Let's
with
go
pork
back
rinds.
now. I want to go now. I'm hungry.
I want to see. I
hungry
want
now.
to.
Jeez.
I want to see Jeff's opinion on that.
So I have eaten. I haven't. Now I want to go eat at some of those places. I did eat at the. I think for the fun factor, the sci-fi thing, the sci-fi theater is so much fun. I remember because my mom lost her phone in there, and we had to do this whole.
It's easy to lose stuff in there.
And it was in there. It was like stuffed down. But it was I love the nostalgia stuff. I saw Star Wars for the first time at a drive-in.
Ooh.
When I was a kid.
really?
So, yeah. So I love drive-ins. We have 3.5 acres here, and so I have drive-ins here at my house. And so I just think it's cool.
awesome.
I love the cars. I love all the stuff. And so for your kids, and it might be a little weird if you're just you and your wife went into that. And
No, I don't think so.
But you don't think so? You've done it by yourself. That's why
He did that last week.
I did it on our honeymoon. I think I have a picture from our honeymoon.
No, you know what? No, we didn't do it on our honeymoon. We did anyway. It's a fun place, and
What are we
it's
talking about?
just cool.
That was a
Sci-fi
different
dining.
car. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, it's great because I mean what you don't want to do if you're a party of two, what you need to make sure is that you don't get the back seat because that's just weird.
That's weird. Yeah.
You don't get the back seat if you're just party two, and you don't. I mean, I would actually.
Excuse me, may I join you?
They had those little picnic tables up. They had those picnic tables up in the front, right? Like I don't understand that either. Like, just put some more cars
They used to be in the back, didn't they?
I don't know.
That is. I love the picnic tables once. I already did.
The picnic tables, if they're in the back, the ones in the back are fine.
harder
The
to
ones
lose
up front, you just feel like everybody's just looking at me. I don't
it's-
Watching me eat.
Stop,
Yeah.
stop watching me eat. I'm nervous as it is.
So good.
So I love that place. I don't go out of my way to go there now because
They have a great burger, though. Really.
It's like a fun thing, and it's like one of those. I think you have to do it, and you should do it on your first trip because it's so Disney.
And when the dining plan was a thing, it was a good deal then because you got the ice cream sundaes at the dessert.
Yeah, that's true.
And one thing, Colin, I know that you have an honorable mention, and I will bring I will bring your honorable mention when I bring my options. Okay, because
Sounds good.
The microphone was right in front of that I missed the But let's go to my three options though. So let me see here. So I will bring and when I did that, I was thinking about first-time visitors. So what I chose the Crystal Palace at Magic Kingdom, Casey's Corner at Magic Kingdom, next to Crystal Palace, and surprise,
It had to be on his list.
Beer Garden Restaurant.
You just like to dance. We know it.
Beer Garden Restaurant in Epcot. And the whole thing is thinking about the family experience. I think that first of all, Crystal Palace is so emblematic. It's of Magic Kingdom, and if you're first time there, you have to go.
And the buffet's back.
Yeah, the buffet's back because my previous experience was the family style service that they were doing. It was not good at all, and it's good to know that the buffet is back. The reason that Casey Corners is here is it's a quick service, but I'm thinking about that those tables, that area that you can sit, have your hot dog, listen to the ragtime pianist, and then you can watch the whole hub and the castle. It is the setting itself. It's amazing. So you're sitting there as a first-time family visit in Magic Kingdom, sitting there enjoying that view for a while with the piano player. It is amazing. It's great. And the beer garden. It is because it's probably one of the most family-style restaurants that you have in the complex. You have big tables. You have German food. You have the German band. You have a lot of beer, and you can also usually use to dance. You can dance, and I already show here videos of my family dancing there with my little kid when the kids were little. Dancing.
I'm waiting on the video of Carlos dancing. It's coming.
No, you need to see the video of me singing German songs. The Brazilian singing German. Yes.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it?
But yes, it's true. Jeff, it's true. Those three were my picks: the Crystal Palace, the Casey's Corner, and the Beer Garden. And I will bring Colin's Collin's. Let me get it here. Yeah, let me get here. Collins.
No, so my honorable mention was Chef Mickey, because it's one of those. I go back to childhood and think about growing up and as a guy that went to the parks with his family. I mean, this was one that was on our list. I mean, the food is not wonderful, but it's an experience. It's something you get to see the characters dance. You get to do some stuff as kids. You get to just have a good time. You get to see the monorail go over your head while you're eating dinner or breakfast or whichever.
Breakfast. I think breakfast is the right move. But do a late morning breakfast. I'd say like 11 o'clock.
Well, they do brunch too. Well, they did. I don't know if they still do, but that was the play, because then you got a little bit of the dinner menu too. It was great. But if you've not been in the Contemporary, and I just remember as a kid, you ride the monorail around from Magic Kingdom, and that experience is just something that you don't forget when you've experienced it for the first time. You're walking down the escalator and you kind of walk up and you see the monorail overhead. It had to be on the list, even though, to be honest, it's not food that I'd recommend.
So, Jeff, we do have Chef Mickey's, Beer Garden, Casey's Corner, and the Crystal Palace. Have you experienced one of them?
So I have to say the Beer Garden, because I mean my dad loves that place in Epcot. He has so much fun, even just sitting there. He would love to sit there for hours and just hang out.
We should all go.
We should all watch. That would be fun. Hey, can I have an honorable mention? It's probably
sure.
Can I do one?
Yes, please.
You didn't ask me, but I'm
yes.
gonna take over
Yes.
the show. So I had really been looking forward to this place for a while. So I want to say the caveat: it's not for. I wouldn't say this would be for first-time visitors, but maybe first time if you're going to the parks as an adult or have adult children. We went to Tiffin's, and
oh my gosh,
especially if they're a foodie. And so I'm getting ready to launch a new podcast, and so I've been deep diving for this past year into creativity and Imagineers, and so in seeing that and be able to look at all the stuff and the sketchbooks, and then the food, it was amazing. We had so much fun there. We got the Lion King dessert. I mean, it was fabulous, and it was so much fun. Now, if you want just American food and don't have any kind of sense of adventure, I wouldn't go there. But if you want to go, if you're a foodie and you want to experience something that is an experience to your palate, that I was very impressed. Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah. Yes, and Tiffin is a special place. And Jeff, next to it, there's also the Norman Lounge, which is a lounge that you could get some items of the menu there, and it's great.
I had the best drink ever, and I'm trying to recreate it.
So Nomad Lounge is off my list now.
Why?
It's officially. It used to be one of my favorite lounges in all the property. You remember? It's a great space still, and the bartenders are wonderful. But they've just destroyed the lounge menu. I think you should go to Tiffin's. I think you should get drinks at Nomad and go over to Tiffin's. Was what I would say. It's just
What's
not.
your favorite drink at the lounge or Tiffin's?
You don't judge me. You're gonna judge me.
Yeah.
Judge him. He deserves it.
Yeah, judge him.
I don't even remember what it's called. They have this.
Yeah, he does.
It's
He's
a
just
coffee.
stalling
No,
for
it's a
time.
coffee. It's a What is it? It's called
Espresso?
No, it's not a.
No, that's what you order every time you go anywhere.
It's a coffee that's. I forget what they call it.
Chili Tempo.
Stop it. Do you remember when I used to like you guys?
Mustang Coffee, Buena Vista
That's
Coffee.
it. It's the Mustang coffee. But what's in it?
It's got Crown Royal, brown sugar. I'm at the menu. Crown Royal, brown sugar, butter, and Indonesian blend coffee.
That's the thing.
So I had, because it had bourbon, and I'm a bourbon drinker, and I had the tempting Tigress, and I'm still trying to make it here at home. It was so good. So good.
Yeah, it's probably good. There's a gin-based one there too. That's a little too sweet. It's too sweet for me. But it's a fun menu. It's a fun menu. The drink menu's fun. Don't go for the food though. That's what I'm saying. Like, just go and for. Please do not get the bread service there. Please do not get the bread service.
I don't
there.
turn down bread.
Do yourself a favor. If you're at Animal Kingdom and you have time to go
to Santa,
just go. Take the bus. Even take the bus over to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Go over to the Sanaa. Go to Sanaa in over in Kidani Village, and get the bread service there. You can get it to go. You can eat at the lounge there if it's in the evening. Just get it to go, and then take it back and eat it somewhere in Animal Kingdom. Like it's or send Zach. Like, message Zach and say, Zach, would you mind getting some bread service from Sanaa and bringing it over to Animal Kingdom. Thank you very much.
And
We'll see. We'll be at Nomad Lounge waiting.
Chicago Mike night that is now Chicago Mike night is now Kentucky Mike. Now, along with Collin, they probably got happy when they heard about bourbon.
We have a Kentucky Mike.
Yes.
Chicago Mike's meeting has become
Chicago Mike moved to Kentucky, so now it's Kentucky Mike.
Well, we may have to talk, Mike.
I know. There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, I know.
So if we combine the picks, we do have Jad picked the Beer Garden, the Sci-Fi Diner, and the one from the Whispering Canyon.
Yeah,
that is let me.
It's a good list. I think we covered all the days of the week
or not.
No, Whispering Canyon.
Did I win something?
Sorry. And then you brought and you have your option too. So let me just bring the all the here, and here, and then also Tiffin's from Jeff.
Are you putting him on the spot and you're making him choose?
I was going to say that was random.
So am I supposed to pick which one? I picked Tiffin's. No,
perfect answer.
And
am I supposed to pick something out of that?
No, it's like Sophie's Choice here. What are you doing?
No. We do have the four recommended official recommended options for the families for families family dining location for first time Disney visitors. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't say Tiffin's for the first time unless you're have adult children. I think is one that you do not want them to leave stuff on their plate at Tiffin's because how much you're paying.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. This top 3 was brought to you by Collin Kendall.
Uh-oh. Well, per the usual, it's pretty simple for the most part. Look, I'm Halloween now.
Yeah, I know the way happened.
But as always, I'm Guide4WW on Instagram. Go ahead and check it out there, or go to Guide4WW. If I can talk, Guide4WDW.com, and check out the site there. There's some articles on there, a lot of evergreen content if you're going to the parks, resort reviews, any kind of stuff that you would expect to find from a Disney guy, along with some other stuff along the way. So you can also find prints there of photos from inside the parks. We've got a few other plans coming in the not so distant future, but yeah, we do have a book out. I've partnered with Celebrations Press on that for 50 years of magic with the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. The book is still for sale. I believe we are out of calendars. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I know a few are still going out if anybody's waiting on them, because Tim was in the parks a week or so ago. So if you're waiting on one, it is probably still coming your way. And the books, if you've ordered them, that second run of books should be coming in any day now, because it is due in the first week of December to get turned around and shipped back out. But that's all Tim. I'm just helping with the photos.
Good, buddy. Let me bring here. What happened then? Oh my God!
You broke it.
No.
Scary noise.
Wally.
Is that a seagull?
Wally was upgraded to a seagull.
That's not where I am.
So what's that sound?
What's that sound, folks? That's right. It's that time of week. It's time for my favorite, your favorite, Collin Kendall's Puddle's favorite segment here on After Hours, where we will play for you, Jeff. I'm talking at you. I'm looking right at you. We're gonna play for you a very brief little bit of sound from somewhere in Walt Disney World. Your job, along with everybody else, all your other friends out there, is to guess what that sound is. Be as specific as possible in terms of what it is, where it's coming from, what day it was, that sort of thing. Put your little guesses in the comments if you're watching from home or from the car, if you're Kelly Lawrence. And I think this week, if you guess all three correctly, you're going to get a personal invitation to dine with Jeff and me at Tiffin's.
Oh, at least you're going to, or you're going to Tiffin's. You're not invited to go to the Steakhouse 71.
Well, I was trying to avoid the whining, but apparently we're going to go there too.
Okay.
Oh, this must be hard then.
So let me go to the first one. And talking about hard, you're lucky, Jeff, because he was mean. He was mean during this selection.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So
he is mean. See, it's not just me. Everybody else thinks you're mean too.
So let's go to the first sound in 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play it again. I'll play it again with Dusty. And don't worry, Jeff, because we're gonna start to see the opinions from our audience. They're really good on that. They're really good on that. Usually they
This is a tricky one though.
But this is really tricky. Again,
the crowd's throwing me off on this one because you hear people in the background.
So
it's usually when when the waiters when I leave the buffet at the Chinese restaurant, but it's got to be Disney. So cheering.
No buffet for you. John Panay, anybody?
So
you go
that's an old joke from who was that? It was Louis.
John Panay.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Panay.
A goose sitting on a massage chair. That's a good one.
That's Peter. That's Peter.
It does sound like outside because we were just outside the Holiday Mansion at Disneyland. You kids dressed in the morning. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess maybe Big Top's. No.
No,
I don't know.
Well, there is not a correct answer up yet, so you don't need to guess. You don't need to select from any that.
I mean, that's helpful.
I'll tell you this: when you were at the Chinese buffet.
Was it at Epcot?
You were in the right park. You're in the right park.
You were in the right park.
Mm-hmm. You're in the right park. Want to play one more time?
Yes, I will play. And Jeff, this was the easy one.
Yeah, this is
okay.
I was tired of just giving it away the past two episodes.
And even the audience is not getting even close.
Yeah,
this is a hard one.
My only guess on this would be like up near Spaceship Earth, between like Spaceship Earth and the land, somewhere in there. But that doesn't sound like the track that's.
And near where?
I said near the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds close.
It is.
Maybe if you weren't.
My only other guess was the Finding Nemo attraction. Somewhere.
Maybe if we weren't near the land. Maybe if you were actually in the land.
Inside the land. Inside the pavilion.
Where would you maybe be?
Hey, I'm the closest so far. I got to get a little credit for that.
Caleb is saying living with the land. No.
Nope.
So if you're in the land, you're not in. Listen to the land.
You don't want to be that much in the land.
Yeah.
You want to be in the land but leaving the land, if that makes any sense.
No, I think we better show.
Okay, just show.
That's the elevator. That's the elevator music in the land.
But even in the review, Jason, I don't think that they're gonna get it. I'll show. It's soaring. It's soaring. It's soaring. The soaring cue.
It's the soaring cue.
Yeah,
that's random.
And that was the easy one.
That's easy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, round 2. Here we go.
So let's go.
I'm counting that as a win.
It's
I don't
McDonald's
care.
now. We left Tiffin's. Now it's McDonald's.
Yeah, so we're going. This one is mean, buddy. This one here is. So let's go to the second one in 1, 2, and 3.
That sounds live.
I just like seeing Carlos's reaction. I don't think it's mean at all. I feel like
Just
You don't expect that.
Carlos in his porch on Tuesday.
You don't expect that. Nobody will get that, buddy. You know that.
no, I think people will.
No.
You don't know our people. Our people are amazing.
Mark Williams is saying Disney Springs. Michael Riley. Michael, can you imagine that being played in the test track queue? No.
Zach says Carlos from his porch on a Tuesday.
Right.
No. But
Well,
I can hear it in my Porsche sometimes.
yes, but it's not because it's in Portuguese. It's not.
No, it's not in Portuguese.
And that's why I think somebody might get it. If there's anyone who speaks Spanish out there, they may get it.
But it's not even in Spanish.
Well, but it is.
No.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
It is
We don't
not.
know what language it is.
I know.
Okay. I mean, it's Argentinian is the thing.
No.
It is. It's an Argent. Well, you'll. I'm not
Yes.
saying anything else.
Oh, yeah.
From one of the 6 languages Carlos speaks.
He's trying to get me to spill the beans, and I'm not going to spill the beans.
It's not. No, Michael is not the Brazilian pavilion. No.
But it's very close.
It's not the Coronado Springs too. Was that Spanish? It's similar to Spanish, and it's beautiful. The whole star. And Valerie, you know one thing, Valerie. Historically, there's a connection with Morocco, but it's not Morocco.
And Valerie, you are physically very close to the answer.
Spanish, no.
Valerie, you're physically very close.
Jason, am I allowed to announce which was the language?
Yeah.
The language is not Spanish, nor Spanish, nor Portuguese. The language is Ladino. It's not Latino, it's Ladino.
Yeah, but that okay.
Yeah, because that helps us so much.
No, that's why there's no way. There's no way, and actually, there's no way that no one is going to get it because even I was not aware that was being played in that place.
I mean, the thing is, it's a type of it's a type of Spanish, but you can get it from the anyway.
Can I show what it is? Because
Roll
nobody.
the footage.
No one's gonna get
Yeah.
it. No one's gonna get it. Okay.
Speaking of music, in Argentina, many Jews speak in a Judeo-Spanish language called Ladino. And there's an old Ladino song that Argentinians sing to celebrate Hanukkah. It's called Ocho Candelicas, which in English translates to 8 little candles. Would you like to hear some of it? Ana Culinda está aquí. 8 candelas para ti. Ana Culinda está aquí. 8 candelas para ti.
It's great.
Let me first of all, happy Hanukkah to our Jewish friends. I live in a Jewish neighborhood. Have many Jewish neighbors and many neighbors who speak Ladino, which is because you know that there's several different languages that in the Jewish community. Yiddish from the European side. And the ones that because and that's why I said Morocco. Morocco was one of the pathways of their when they migrated to Spain, and there all the they call Sephardic Jewish people. They developed this language called Ladino, which is beautiful. The music from the Ladino side is amazing. Not that one.
One giant menorah.
But anyway, so that of course is the Hanukkah storyteller performance in Epcot World Showcase.
Epcot Hanukkah storyteller is beautiful. It's beautiful. And happy Hanukkah to our friends. Let's go to the third one.
Oh, great! We got to do this again.
In 1, 2, and 3.
I was very kind with this one. There were 3 big hints, or at least 2 big hints, audible hints in this one.
I recognize that clicking sound, which is kind of ironic.
Yes, you do. And what else do you hear somebody say?
I will play it again. I will play it again.
I heard it.
By recording me.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a guy say anything.
I heard Jason say no.
Just say no, kids.
Oh, no. They say snow.
Maybe they did.
I still
that clicking sound. Oh, yes, you do. Dig deep, Collin. Dig deep. You know that sound.
It's late.
You're going to be so frustrated with yourself. You know that sound. It's one of those sounds you're like, why is this here? Why?
That doesn't help me.
Here. Why is this here? And especially if you're trying to record something, usually this sound is like, oh, come on. Kids, stop.
It's not
I'll play it again. I'll play it again. I'll do it live. I'll do it live.
Butch from Baltimore.
Someone got it right?
Sarah Collins. There they go. These are the people who showed up
Was that
with
the
me on
clicking
Monday
wheel?
night. These are the people who showed up with me on Monday night. They know what we're talking about. Butch and Sarah.
So, Jeff.
Of course, nice guy Zach Brown knows.
The audience brought the something right there. To tell you the truth, buddy, I could not even tell. When I first heard that, I said, I thought
it sounds like a penny press machine.
I thought about Spaceship
No,
Earth.
You know what it is. You guys know that this thing that you. You should show the reveal. It's a beautiful reveal.
It's water.
I cannot tell what is the clicking thing.
The cranking thing. There's like a little water.
Oh, it's the water thing there. Yeah.
Yes, and they creak it to like move the thing around and change the flow of the water and stuff. And it's like, I've never understood, why is that there? Why do they even have this here in Disney Springs?
Because
it's a spring.
Because it's a Disney Springs.
It's in the name.
Yeah, but what doesn't understand the clicking thing in the.
It's how you get water out of the spring.
But the truth is that that sound was brought to you by a combination of our guest, our dear friend Jeff, which bringing again Jeff. Jeff has this podcast, the podcast Social Media News Live. You can find it at Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, Overcast, Pocket Cast. Also, the social medias here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, buddy.
So I'm actually, what you need to do is watch. We do a live show that turns into a podcast. We do it every Friday at 10 a.m. Central. So you'd watch my show and then go watch Jason do his thing coming up live. Yeah. So, right?
That'll be great.
So But that'd be awesome. You just send me the link. I'll put it in the bottom.
Love you.
But yeah, so we do a show every Friday. It's a lot of fun. I'm also getting ready to launch a new podcast, so be on the lookout for that, called A Spoonful of Creativity, which is, did you guys listen to it? I've dropped it in the little group thing, but if not, that's all right. I came on your show, but you didn't listen to mine. But other than that, it's fine.
I did not see a link shared.
Just give me a hard time. But yeah, I'd love for you guys to show up. We have the podcast and do all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. So appreciate you guys having me on the show. It's been fun. I feel really like I know nothing now.
Give us the name of the show again.
That's right, me too.
Social Media News Live. You can search anywhere.
No, but your new thing.
Oh, A Spoonful of Creativity. It's not launched yet, so it's coming soon. I've kind of tested it out there for select people. If you want to hear it, let me know what you think. Just drop me a DM somewhere, and I'll let you preview it. But I'm really excited about it. It's all about the creativity lessons from Disney. So,
love it.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, you should listen to it. It's be great. So,
you should send the link.
Yeah,
I was keeping it like on the download because I didn't know if it was like any good, and then people really liked it.
Yeah,
my friends listened to it, but
did the following, Jeff? You know, keep us posted when you launch it, because then we're gonna we're gonna not only share in our community, but I will share it in my other communities, in my other search that I will explain to.
Happy to do the same.
Yeah. And then it's also brought to you by Carlos and the Pontos. Oh, let me go here.
You gonna sing for us, Jason?
No. So just for you to remember, I do this thing called Ponto Orlando and the other thing called Ponto Miami. They are the profiles. They are tailored for Portuguese-speaking visitors to Miami, to South Florida, and to Orlando, mainly Disney. And that's it. That's the only thing that I would like to write. And I also need to remember everybody about our YouTube. Our YouTube. How much important is our YouTube channel? And you can also watch not only you can see us live there, but you can see the previous shows, and you can see our segments in compact versions, and we do even the special bits of the show, and you will love to watch us there. Even better because you can watch in the big screen, and it's YouTube, okay? And it's YouTube.
Say it one more time for good measure.
Jeff.
Yeah, because Facebook hasn't penalized us enough. Say it again.
Jeff, thank you very much. It's always great to be with you, and we do some things already planned for the future. So whenever you're here, we will need to go to Beer Garden, which is the other thing that we need. Oh, Olga's Cantina, and there's a lot of stuff that we can do.
Steakhouse 71.
Yeah.
Jason will take you to the Steakhouse 71. Just you and Jason. Okay, so this is.
We should go without him.
We'll take some Instagram pictures.
Probably you go to Space 222, and I'll be away
Why
from
not? It's on the way to the beer garden. We might as well stop.
Away from outside. Yeah.
It's a long.
Buddies, it was a great show. Thank you for everybody being with us. And I have to repeat it again, and stress it this time. Be calm, be safe wherever you are. Okay, take care, and we will see you in 2 weeks. We're not gonna have after hours at Let's Talk Disney next week. Episode 76 will be 2 weeks from now. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys. Good night.
Yeah,
everybody.